with it, man. And today I'm gonna be making a video on GMO foods and how we can honor our bodies as the temple of our soul through nourishing our bodies with foods that really uplift and increase our frequency, increase our vibration in order to live out the lives that we want to live. So yeah, man, we're gonna be talking about some GMO foods. All right, so what is a GMO? A GMO is a genetically modified organism, man. And what that means is basically, so what that correlates to food is, if it didn't originally come from here, like originally, the earth, it is genetically modified, which means it was made test tube type in a lab, all of that type of stuff. And so basically in the stores, majority of the foods that's gonna be in there is gonna be GMO foods, right? So when you're eating these GMO foods, your body doesn't have the fitting enzymes in order to process these GMOs. And what happens is that causes it to build up in your system, right? And when it's building up in your system, your body is seeing it as something foreign, something that's invading, you know what I'm saying? So it's trying to get it out. What that's gonna do is just gonna build up toxic gases in your stomach, toxic wastes in your stomach, and it's not gonna be able to digest it properly. And GMOs can be meat, GMOs can be vegetables. So basically, when you have an animal in a slaughterhouse, right, they're feeling all of these emotions. The energy in the air is just scary. Like, they are afraid because they're being tortured, you know what I'm saying? They're not being looked after as an animal should be, as life should be. So that adrenaline that's running through their veins and stuff, that's gonna be in their meat. And when they cut that meat up and put it somewhere for someone to eat, when you put that into your body, you're consuming every single one of those vibrations, like that scared, that adrenaline. You're gonna feel all of that. And so yeah, everything is frequency and vibration. So for example, like, you had like all the Indian shows and the Western shows. If you've seen an Indian hit it like a buffalo with a bow and arrow, as they're walking up to it, they're just gonna be like, they're gonna be talking to it, they're gonna be praying, and they're gonna just be helping this animal pass on, because they didn't want to kill it, but they do have to eat. And obviously times were different then. So when they go up and they are wishing this animal and just thanking this animal, what they're doing, they are harmonizing the vibration of that food so it can then serve their body. But a lot of the times, if you're not conscious of what the food you're eating is doing, then it's not going to serve you at all. So with that being said, man, like, the reason they were doing that, they were praying over those animals, is because they were harmonizing it out. And nowadays, you just go into the store and you pick up food and you don't really know where it came from, how it got there, how the animal was treated, nothing. I eat plant-based. I don't eat anything that has animals in it or nothing like that. So that's just my point of view from it. But this video is not really to talk about that. I can make another video on that, but this is more just to talk about the GMO aspect, which can be in vegetables as well. So when you hear me making these animal references, that's just me trying to connect with somebody that doesn't eat a vegan diet or whatever. Like a GMO lettuce or something, it will be grown from the earth, but it's gonna be not grown organically. It's gonna be grown with pesticides. And when that gets into your body, it's not gonna be harmonized. Your body isn't gonna process it the way that it's supposed to, because it's foreign. You know what I'm saying? Okay, I just want to make this little example, because, like, you know, in school back in the day, way when you was kids, you would see like diagrams, and it would be like the sun, right? You would see a picture of a sun, and then you would see an arrow going to the consumer or the producer. So basically the sun would have an arrow going directly to a plant, right? And then you would have an animal eating the plant. And then, so I just made like a little equation. It's like sun to food to human equals what? And it literally equals to what you've been eating and the results of what you're gonna get. You know what I'm saying? That was just like a little example that I kind of made. It was like sun to food to human equals what? I just put question mark. Like, it equals what you've been eating in what generation. Now, like, you hear like a lot of adults and stuff just talk about how cancer is a lot more prevalent nowadays as it was to when they were growing up. Like, it wasn't so bad, you know? And that right there is you could just think of that as just a time change and just a generational change, because back then GMO foods weren't as prevalent. A lot more things are coming from the earth. But nowadays we're so much more advanced. Like, people are just eating a lot more just fast food, a lot more junk food, And junk food and just fast food and all that stuff, that's all GMO. Any fast food place is definitely gonna have GMO in it unless they're specifically a place that says they don't have GMOs, they're organic and that type of stuff. You have foods that say all natural on them. When it says all natural, that just means it's, by definition, that means nothing. Like, I heard this doctor talking about how they put that on a 7-Up can before, and it had people just like mad, and they had to take it off, obviously. But that just goes to show you they'll put it on anything in order to sell it to you. They don't really care. They want to produce mass of it, and they want to produce it quickly so they can make the most profit. But yeah, man, when you think about the cancer rates, it just makes you just think, like, what's different now? Like, what is different? And it's like our lifestyle and everything is a lot different. So a lot of different people are just eating to eat and not eating to live. With that, all that being said, man, just say no to GMOs, because it's not serving you. You can take this information and check it out yourself, but this is just only to make you think. So if this is something that resonates with you and you want to learn more and, you know, do your research, check it out. Like, GMOs are a thing. Go in the store, grab a piece of food, oh, non-GMO. And then one thing for me that I was like that made me think, why are foods, why do they say non-GMO instead of saying GMO on them? Like, shouldn't it be the other way around, where all foods are just organic, natural, and then you would have some select few that are GMO maybe? Instead, you have all GMO foods, and then the food has to say non-GMO. Like, that's so backwards. That right there just shows it's about monopoly and money. And so yeah, man, just do your research. GMO foods, that's what they do. And yeah, man, check that out.